Mat fishing.
There we go. Another adventure.
Mat fishing.
Nice. Whoa, that go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to mikeybalzz fishing. We got Bog right here. We're trying something completely different. It is kind of like a nasty weather day, but we're going exploring, kind of on one of those like adventures. We're back down here in Florida. My buddy JT Kenny told me about an area. You guys are probably familiar with like the legendary like Stick Marsh Farm 13. So this is like right down the street. It's known as Miami Garcia, and guess what it has? Mats. So we're going to break snail shells. We're going to go do some mat fishing, or attempt to. We're kind of in a weird transition period though. There's a cold front that went through like last night, and it's still kind of here, which means like low pressure, and it could mean like an absolutely epic bite. But I have no idea. All I know is there's matted vegetation out there. I got Bog with me, and as long as I get to punch some mats, I'll be happy. One fish, whatever. Bog, come on. We're gonna throw in a little kind of caveat thing. So I want to give away some mikeybalzz, some balls hats, some balls shirts. So what we're gonna do is I want you to put in the comment box what we caught our biggest fish in, which means you gotta watch the whole video. But I will select from there one random person to win, maybe a shirt, maybe a hat. We'll see what happens. But who knows what is going to happen. I always love punching some mats, so hopefully JT was right, because I drove quite a ways to get here. But the weather is perfect, who cares? Well, if we're punching mats, we're happy people. We got Bog. It's a good day. We will be fishing. But we are at Miami Garcia. Let's see what happens. Here we go, another adventure here in Florida. Well, we already hit something because the water's freaking low, so that was a good start. Wow. Be careful. There we go. Get in here. Nice. All right, guys, that's a nice way to start the day. Just bit it on the drop. Just punching a crawdaddy, which I don't have anymore. Nice little 2-pounder. Yeah, and she was in a classic spot, little isolated, hyacinth stick out, little point on the isolated mat. We're gonna keep on grinding. There we go, guys. Another nice little 2-pounder on the crawdaddy right out of the corner. So guys, I want to give you a couple tips about mat fishing and what I look for in these mats as this airboat blows by with a bunch of tourists. So we are looking at a giant isolated mat. You know, oftentimes, you look out on this flat and you see a bunch of freaking mats. Sometimes you can kind of identify deeper water or shallower water based upon those mats. A lot of times that you'll see there's hydrilla situated in there, and usually that means there's kind of an island up there. It might come up a little bit, but you have some deeper water around it. You can also use the pads as indicators for kind of a shallower island or a slight hump. You know, in Florida we don't have much depth changes, but you can use those as signals, like, oh, a little bit of pads, there's a little bit of up, a little bit of kind of an island there. Or you can also do the same thing with cane. You can see this is one big berm right here, and that's all like cattails, bulrush, round reeds, and that's an indicator that that water is shallower. It comes up. It's great for when you're on a new body of water like this running around, because I don't know what's deep. Water's pretty low. I don't know what's deep and where I can run, but I can use those as indicators not only to fish but to run my boat around. fish on. Wow, he got 3 pumps, guys. That's a little better one. That's about a 3-pounder right there. Let's get these poles down. Guys, it has gotten tough. You know, I'll tell you one real challenge when you're pitching these mats is wind. You know, you want the wind because it activates the fish, but dude, for getting through, it's not a solid one. For getting through, it's really a challenge. It really tightens up the mats, makes them difficult. So we're gonna keep at it. See that? How she ate it just when it was sitting there? Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Super slow bite. Super slow bite. Well, guys, we're back at the house. That's a wrap on Garcia. Dude, such a beautiful place. And the mats there, absolutely epic. Dude, and any day I get to go punching, like, I absolutely love it. You know, we've been in such a challenge with the FWC down here, and the way they're like just spraying and wrecking our lakes and destroying vegetation that's been so great for bass habitat, bass fishermen, and angling and tourism down here in Florida. But they're destroying it, and I don't know why. And there's very few places where you can find that kind of cover to fish in Florida right now. So it's freaking epic when you can go out there and catch some fish. Not gonna lie, I wish we could have caught a giant. It just never seemed to like come together. We missed some thunks. One big key of today was pumping the bait up and down. And we missed some where it was almost like their mouth was closed and they'd headbutt the bait, or they'd swat at it and not get it. And you know, if you guys watched the punching video back when we fished against Glenn Brown, and maybe I was making a mistake again, like he talked about keeping tension on the bait when you feel him knocking at it and not dropping to him. And I know we did drop to him a little bit, and some of the bites that, when I'm gonna look at the video, but I'm pretty sure some of the bites that we got, like when we actually hooked them, we kept that tension on. Well, we caught a lot of fish, dude. I didn't get video of all the fish. Probably caught like 15 fish or so. Just none of them like giants. Some 2.5, 3-pounders, but no giants. Highlight bait. Oh. Shit. That's what you do to frickin' wasps right there. That's what you do. You bring the bass attitude to them. Highlight bait is something my buddy Donnie Bass has put me onto, and it's that crawdaddy, dude. It's compact, it's streamlined, it's such a great delivery package. The only downside to it is because of it is so like thin profiled in that the hook does pop out from time to time. Got a 1.5 Hogtech tungsten weight on there, and then I love my Hack Attack hooks. Other people don't like them, but Hack Attack straight shank, snelled on there. But I wanted to show you a couple other baits that are kind of my rotation, like my initial rotation that I'll go through when I'm fishing that kind of a situation with that kind of matted cover. Got a Gambler Stinger right here. This is actually my favorite color by far. It's back at you. Basically, it's a beaver style bait. Once again, though, it's pretty thin, so it has kind of a very, I don't know, easy to deliver profile that goes through the mats easy. It's got those kicker kind of tails to it. That thing, dude, if they're biting, it gets gigantic bites. It does tear up a bit because it is super soft, but it also makes the action on it, it's very quivery, and those ribs, I think, really displace water and call in those bigger bites. Killer, but crawdaddy, stinger, and then who can beat these guys? Look at all of them. They're beautiful, and I love this color. It's called, what is this called? Do any friendly fire? Kind of like a missile, huh? But this color, dude, it's especially good on Kissimmee for you guys fishing Kissimmee. What is this bait though? It's a BB cricket. You know, I probably should have pitched this a little more today. This is the bait that you go to when you have fish that are just so awkwardly, bizarrely weird, and they just are knocking at it and they won't close the deal. BB cricket. If I had one bait to punch mats with forever, this guy. Because it catches giants, and it catches them almost anytime, anywhere, anyhow. You got matted vegetation. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I absolutely love punching. Wish I had more opportunities to do it. We talked about some of the politics of it. Not going to get way back into it. But, you know, it's such an intense way to fish, dude. You pitch into that heavy cover. You kind of like lift and drop. You feel for that weight. And when you hook up with that braid, no stretch, and Oh, dude, it's so freaking intense. It's such an addictive process, and especially when you're targeting, we really tried to target those isolated mats. Those are usually the ones that kick out the bigger bites. I think we had some bigger bites. We just couldn't close the deal on them. But those isolated mats, that's one of the key patterns in Florida. Whenever you're thinking about bigger fish, it doesn't mean a lot of fish, but bigger fish, it's all about isolated cover. Isolated cover. It's so key, whether they're spawning, whether it's summer. Isolated stuff, that's where the big ones lurk. They want to be kind of on their own in their own little, it's like friggin' if you had like $1 million, it's like, would you go and hang out with everybody, or would you just kind of like set yourself on some mountaintop like so far away with everything you ever wanted? That's why they do it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. I got a bunch more Florida fishing and some vegetation as well as deep water giants coming to you. But as usual, guys, I can't thank you enough for your support for the videos. Let's keep growing this channel. Tell your boys about it. Make sure they are liking and subscribing and watching the videos, because I'm hoping this is helping you on the water, because you guys and your comments and your support always help me on the water. But tight lines, we'll see you next time from somewhere in Florida. Hopefully punching some mats, because I absolutely love it. Peace out, guys.